Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Two guys sound like they're sucking helium. Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Sitting on their freaking bums.
How did that start playing? Chad, you got an interesting prom story for me?
No.
Really?
Nope.
Did you go to prom?
Nope.
You didn't go to prom?
No.
Okay.
I'm surprised you did.
Maybe that's a story you could tell me. Why didn't you go to prom?
I mean,
The anxiety of finding a date and not being able to?
Yeah. I mean, maybe I was too cool for prom.
Is that what you felt?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's why you didn't go to prom?
Yeah.
I went to like 5 different proms. I went my junior year. I went to someone else's prom that year. And then I went my senior year, and then I went with someone else's senior prom at a different school. And then after I'd graduated, I was dating a girl who was in high school, and I went to her prom. It wasn't like one of those, I'm 23 and they're 17. We were both 18.
Well, my memory is so bad that, I could have been wasted at a prom.
And not remember that you were there?
Not remember.
How 80s of you. How Lou of you.
Lou. Oh, you want to get right into Lou? First of all, let me say, I've gone most of my adult life, Mike, avoiding shitty movies. I watch shitty movies on occasion just for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
But never shitty in the way that Prom Night is shitty.
On purpose?
Until you came along and said, hey, Chad, what do you think about doing a podcast about movie sequels? And now here I am early in the morning watching Jamie Lee Curtis dance.
Dance disco twice.
Right.
That scene reminded me when we were talking about True Lies at work. And so she's dancing. Dance for me. Do it sexy. My friend Matt did that once, and I couldn't stop laughing. So that's like the best fucking impression to do. Dance for me. Do it sexy like. Yeah, this movie was fucking garbage.
At what point?
Fucking garbage.
After it started, at what point did you realize it was going to be complete garbage?
At the beginning, when it took the girl Robin probably 5 minutes to walk into that abandoned school where the kids were playing. Like, it's like, okay, let's let the credits roll for at least a minute and a half, and then you start working your way in there. We want you in the school by the time the credits are over. Took that whole fucking... I knew it was going to be shitty. Even though the Prom Night logo is so fucking cool and like super misleading.
But did you notice that's not what was used for the title sequence in the film?
Oh, you mean the cursive prom?
Right,
No, yeah, it was like straight up with like cuts through it.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
looked awful.
Like,
it wasn't good at all.
Oh no, I mean it was like I was like, okay, now I know what I'm getting into, you know. And let's be fair too to movies with great reveals at the end. This is no sleepaway camp. Mm-mm. This one, I mean, it was. There was two opinions I had as to who the killer was, and I went with Robin. I went with that maybe she didn't really die and they revived her in the hospital, but this story had no depth to it. Who the fuck are these people? So I'm like, it can't be the kid because there's no backstory to anyone. There's no I mean, I don't even know what I'm trying to describe.
Well,
here,
they had her headstone at the beginning.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was still like, every time they showed the killer's feet and how tiny they were, I was like, it's totally the girl. It's totally the girl. Even though it looks like a dude's body, that's just bad production and having a stunt man that, you know, doesn't have a female body shape or stunt woman.
So, God damn it. Here's the thing. Who was the killer?
It was the brother.
It was the brother.
It was the brother. It was Nick, not Nick, whatever the fucking brother's name was.
So not one of the ones that was in there at the beginning.
No.
So how
are you confusing Nick and her brother for like the same dude? Like, why is she making out with her brother?
How did he know then that those four were involved with her death?
Well, you must have fallen asleep at this point.
Okay.
Because remember when Robin fell and then you saw those footsteps?
Oh, that was supposed to be.
And then they dropped that this like local sexual predator who lived nearby is the cause.
Right. But he actually wasn't.
But it actually wasn't.
And then they make you think that he's the one.
He's the one that's
right.
like, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hello, Wendy.
I love how he tears the photos out of the yearbook.
I love how fucking pissed off he was when he was scratching the names out. It was like he was carving his pencil into their fucking names. I mean, I hate him as much as that kid does too. These kids are the fucking worst. No, not all of them. Wendy is the fucking worst.
Well, back to that though.
But yeah, back to that.
It's funny that he made a list of
for four
people.
Can't forget that Nick was there.
That he's known his entire life.
Yeah.
As if he can't keep track
also,
in his mind.
4 names, full page of paper. He wrote them so large. That's how angry he was.
Yeah, why does he have such shitty handwriting? That's what I want to know.
And also, why disguise your voice that much? That's another thing that's here. It's like, yeah, you have to explain it, I guess. I mean, to not to
play.
Yeah, so it's like, it's gonna be your night tonight. And just how what a coincidence that her death's anniversary is prom night. But yeah, so at the end of the movie, they show that the feat was really his, and he sees them walking off or riding off, right? Why the fuck didn't he say anything? He's a little kid. His sister was just pushed out a fucking window. Why doesn't he go straight to Leslie Nielsen and he's like, Dad, she died because of these kids? But no, he holds it in. He's like, I'm going to get you on your 8-year anniversary. Not a 10. On your 8th.
Right.
Like, why did he wait that obscure length of time to do this? Like, did it take him 8 years from a 6-year-old to plan this whole thing out? And also, why didn't he say anything to his sister when she started banging the dude who helped push his sister out the window?
Did you notice?
I probably didn't. I
have no answers to these questions.
I mean,
I want you to know.
They all don't deserve an answer. That's how terrible this shit is.
But did you notice that after the girl was pushed out the window,
that the window,
and they did a close up on her, that she was still breathing?
Oh, I saw her move. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see her chest? Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say about the extra glass of window falling on top of her to add insult to injury. We're just gonna shred up her face some more.
Now there was one good kill in this movie. You tell me which one it is.
Okay.
There is only one. I mean, no, there's two.
I got two.
There's two.
I got
There's
two as
two.
well. Let's see if they line up. Okay.
Okay. You first.
Jude's prom date, when he was fighting off the killer in the van, and it was just like a Benny Hill fucking scene, and the van's just beep, 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 running around in circles around that field, to like, how the fuck this happens? He drives off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, how much did they spend on that?
The entire fucking budget.
It was clear when that van exploded that somebody investing in this movie had way more confidence in the director than he was able to deliver.
Or maybe they found out that that's what they wanted to do and they're a pyromaniac and they're like, yeah, blow it up.
That is not one of the kills.
Okay, let me get my second one.
Okay.
Lou getting his head fucking chopped off.
Yeah, that's one.
That one is so fucking cool. Lou, the badass guy who tries to rape Jamie Lee Curtis in the fucking cafeteria.
I wouldn't even call him a badass.
Oh, no, he's not a badass at all. No, he's a total fucking shithead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're buying? Give me 2 burgers, some fries, and What kind of beer do you got here? This kid's in fucking high school.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, if you're going to act like that, why even waste your time going to school?
Yeah, he's like a grade school bully in high school.
He's a great value version of John Bender from Breakfast Club, but not lovable.
Right.
Like
exactly.
the bad guy, but he's like also that cliche Italian mullet, like what they do in the 80s, you know what I mean? But like Wendy, Jamie Lee Curtis's rivalry, hires this guy to fuck up the prom. No violence. I don't want anyone getting hurt. What was the plan?
Right.
All along, what was the plan?
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue. Like, throw glitter on her. That'll teach her.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, I'm gonna fucking kill these people. Like that's the kind of that's like his level of pranks. they'll laugh. I know they
Right.
will. So he knocks dude out. Nick, Jamie Lee Curtis's boyfriend, is gonna be prom king. Dresses as him, waiting his turn. The killer thinks it's Nick,
Which was great.
yeah, totally.
That was actually
totally.
There were like 3 or 4 moments in this movie where I'm like, damn, like these are really good moments contained within an awful.
Maybe
movie.
this movie's not so bad, and then it just quickly kicks you in the
Yeah.
balls and tells
Yeah.
you how bad it is.
Right.
But like the killer, like fucking before the curtain falls, just fucking chops his head off with this axe, and it rolls down the runway.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool.
Okay, what were your 2?
So that one,
Okay.
the decapitation.
Yeah, so such a great kill scene.
So cool. And then when he uses that shard to slice her throat and you just see her eyes, like I thought that was a very
Kelly, that was the first one.
clever, a very clever way of doing that. And not only that, I mean that was post booby scene, which is obligatory,
of course,
in these 80s movies.
We also got butts.
So from the moment where she's kind of like half covered and you're not seeing anything, but she's still half naked, and he starts walking up, that was actually really good up to the time he sliced her throat, you know, and then it became shitty again.
This movie's like bowling, where when you get a strike, that's like, fuck yeah. And then all of a sudden you only get one.
Right.
And you're like, well, now I remember why I hate bowling.
Yeah,
Because
and
it's
this
not
had about-
consistent. There's not consistent at all.
Yeah.
The scenes have no consistency. Again, like we said, we don't know any of these people. Wendy, why the fuck was she such a bitch?
Right.
Like, she forced all those kids into creating that pact, that I know what you did last summer type of bullshit. And I mean, she was such an asshole to her mom, or was that her mom, or was it her grandma, or was it the housekeeper?
Who knows?
Also, where the fuck did their money come from for her to be driving a T-Bird Corvette? And that huge ass house, this grandma looks like a poor immigrant who's just like, I have no money, I give it all to you. And she's like, whatever, mom, I don't know when I'll be home. It's not what she said. What do you want for dinner or something? She's like, it's not a question or something, or I don't, whatever. Anyway, she's just a total fucking bitch.
Right. And also at the same time, she was given in to Lou, like she was Lou's bitch, you know, when they're
For a minute, yeah.
when they're at that
drive-in?
knockoff Sonic,
Yeah, totally, no.
And she's like, oh, I'll buy. He's
Knock
like,
off Sonic. That shit was around before Sonic's, dude. That was McDonald's from the get-go.
He's like, all right, man, I'll get 2 burgers,
Yeah.
some fries.
She'll have the same.
What kind of beer you got?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking chugging whiskey.
Yeah.
Driving. If that were me, I'd been drunk as fuck. There's no way I'd be driving.
He's such an asshole, honking the horn, going to pick her up for prom,
Mm-hmm.
pushing the door open from the side.
His prom outfit was just a jacket and a
See, I thought he
bow tie.
looked good.
I mean,
I thought he looked good.
Dude, my prom outfits, my first prom, I wore red plaid bondage pants, a No More Tolerance anti-racist t-shirt, and checkerboard suspenders.
You're such a punk.
With 2 belts, a bondage belt and a pyramid belt. And then one of the other proms that I went to, I wore skeleton gloves with my tuxedo because I had to wear a tuxedo. That person made me. Not nearly as cool as his cronies with the fucking tuxedo T-shirt, though. I've always wanted one of those. Those things are fucking dope. It's the nerdy dudes from the 80s.
Yeah.
But
Leslie Nielsen.
yeah, why is Leslie Nielsen top billed in this movie? But he's barely even in it.
Not quite as funny as his other roles.
I mean, have you seen Creepshow?
I'm sure I have. It's been a long time.
Him and Ted Danson have a story, and he plays. Well, Leslie Nielsen plays the bad guy. It's fucking awesome. He's great in it. He's not just Airplane. Like, he's diverse. Dracula Dead and Loving It. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
good.
But he's like very diverse, and I love the fact that he was in this horror movie. But like, who the fuck was he? He was the principal, but that's it. You know, like, I mean, there was interactions with the kids and stuff, but not to be top billed. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is coming off of fucking Halloween fame in this shell of a Halloween movie. Like, what was Halloween missing, guys? Disco. A fucking 3.5 minute long scene.
Oh my God, so long.
Oh, Wendy's gonna get jealous when she sees what we got planned.
Did you time it? Was it 3.5 minutes?
It's assuming because it's the entire fucking song.
And did you also notice when the girls are in the restroom, that song was still playing?
Did you notice the fucking Great Value, I Will Survive, Gloria Steinem, or what? Is that Gloria Steinem? Yeah. The song at the end. Not at the end of the movie, but like the last song they play at the prom.
Oh, yeah.
It's a straight rip off of I Will Survive, but with just the right amount of shit change to not make it be that song.
Yeah.
Like, these are generic disco songs, and it's fucking awesome. But at the same time, horror movies do not need disco. It's 1980. Disco's dead at this point.
It was bad. It was bad. Leslie, back to Leslie Nielsen. He's always going to be Naked Gun, 33 and a third type of guy for me. Just because those movies, I watched them over and over when I was a kid.
Yeah,
And
Naked Gun and Airplane.
He was just that parody guy.
I knew him from Creepshow when I was young, so I've always had that that good balance between knowing that it wasn't like fucking Robin Williams doing 1 hour photo. It wasn't like going from fucking Mork and Mindy, Mrs. Doubtfire to straight up fucking serial killer Insomnia with Al Pacino.
Yeah, good stuff too.
Right, but I had Leslie Nielsen. I knew my parents loved that movie, so of course we did too. So it's like seeing him go from that to Airplane was kind of versus the other way around for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he was in the second one, by the way, too, for some reason. But I've never seen Prom Night, like I told you, until yesterday. And also, I want to reiterate before we get into Prom Night Part 2. Anytime we have to reference it, you have to call it by its full name.
Will do.
Okay.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Prom Night 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And they changed it. When you look it up on IMDb, it's just Prom Night 2.
Really?
And that's why I want to do it, because it's a mouthful and it's a great fucking title.
Yeah, well, it's not on Peacock. It's Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Is it? It's really cool that the Prom Night 2 is the subtitle, because this one has no connection to Prom Night. This one, in fact, is supernatural, which I'm really stoked for you to see. Yeah, dude, yeah. As much as I remember, it's a fucking ghost.
Hey, there's one part in this first one where Leslie Nielsen's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And the person hangs up.
Uh-huh.
And you hear the dial tone, and then he's like, hello?
You hear the dial tone.
Yeah.
Is that your Doctor Strange steam out of the mug type of shit right there? Yeah. Speaking of phones, what about that scene where it's just following the cord, going to the phone, following the cord, someone picking up the phone, following the cord? It's like, are you just telling me how phones work?
I'm glad you mentioned it, because they did some creative things when it came to editing, but then they also had these things where it's like, okay, let's watch the car drive away.
Yeah.
Let's watch this person. Let's watch their footsteps.
Well,
let's follow the cord.
That's the opening to her walking into the fucking school. Like, she starts, stop, Move to a front angle. She's further ahead because of that stop.
Yeah.
She's in the door. The movie is progressing. This was an hour and 33 minutes that nothing fucking happens. I mean, the premise of the movie happened, but like I told you, I said I've been watching it for an hour and I'm only 30 minutes in because I got so fucking bored. I ended up talking to this dude on Instagram about toys.
By the way,
And that was far more entertaining.
kids don't play like that.
Oh, yeah, that's the other
you
thing.
know-
What the fuck is... The killers are coming. Kill.
Like,
Kill.
They should have been laughing, having fun, running around, and then, she accidentally falls out the window, but instead they do this weird fucking
Also,
thing.
why are they picking on her? What did she do to them to cause them to hate her? Maybe she wanted to be involved in the game. Maybe she wanted to play, hey, I want to play hide and seek.
That's
And they're
the
like,
way I understood it.
that's
Yeah.
how I was thinking it was too. And then when she fucking like sees Nick and he's like, the killers are here. And he like fucking like sicks them on her. What the fuck?
Yeah. We haven't even talked about the cafeteria scene.
No, we
by
haven't
the
even
way.
talked about when Nick was about to confess to Jamie Lee Curtis and it's sexy saxophone music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't Lethal Weapon, but it's all...
You know, that was my one worry with this movie is with as shitty as it is, I feel like this is the first movie that we've watched since starting the podcast that we could almost go on for 3 hours about it and still have more to say.
We're up to 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So...
I would put, I think Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is still worse than this, but this is probably the
worst.
Worst.
Prom Night's the worst movie we've ever seen.
You think?
Yeah, that we've seen since doing this.
Oh, no, I would say Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
This is on the very bottom of the list. This one is like, I am never going to watch this again. I will buy the merch because let's face it, the Prom Night logo with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Which you think she's the killer because of the cover?
Iconic. Yeah, what the fuck is that all about?
I know.
She looks evil as shit on the cover.
And you think she's going to fucking chop these people.
Always.
But it turns out she just wants to disco dance.
My entire life.
My
That's
sister
what I
died 8
expected.
years ago. Let's party.
Yeah.
So I will buy Fright Rag Prom Night t-shirts, but I will never.
Well, because that's punk rock.
Yes,
That's
it is punk rock.
rock.
There's this great punk rock store called Another State of Mind in Portland, and that's where you buy your Pink Flamingo t-shirts
Right.
and like all those, like Prom Night.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. But I will never, ever watch this movie again.
You're right, though. I remember walking through the video stores when I was a kid, always seeing this cover. The hide and seek thing, whatever the fuck the kids were doing at the beginning, that was vaguely familiar to me.
Okay.
Maybe, maybe I just got bored with it as a kid, too. It sucked that much. But always thinking that Jamie Lee Curtis was like this fucking killer prom queen.
Yeah.
That's what I got
Yeah.
from the cover.
Uh,
It's fucking sweet.
Like
it's a sweet ass cover.
So Prom Night 2, from what I remember, is this woman died in the 50s from some prank, and her spirit comes back and she kills people. That's what I thought the first Prom Night was because of the cover. Mm-hmm. The only thing I've ever seen of this movie is a still of Leslie Nielsen in his office. So, I mean, like, yeah, I know this movie fucking existed, but, like, nothing ever said, Mike, you should watch Prom Night.
Right.
And thank God that never happened. But the fact that I watched Prom Night is just like, ugh.
What about that fucking detective, too?
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, that connection to Halloween. The doctor and the fucking lieutenant. Just like fucking Halloween with Loomis and the other guy.
Dude, the lines they were given, these are great actors given shitty material. You can tell. It's awful.
The lieutenant. Oh, you caught him? Now I can enjoy prom.
Yeah.
You're
What
not.
the fuck?
What? How are you going to enjoy prom? Are you fucking 17 years old? Yeah, the cop's like, whoa, who done it? Who's done it? It's these four
Even a
fucking
guess.
kids.
Even a guess. Oh, can't you just give me a guess? It would help.
Oh, my God.
You're asking me to comment on a catatonic,
I know we're gonna come back to Prom Night when we talk about Prom Night. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Yeah, I guess we better get to it.
We better.
But
get to
really
it.
could talk.
I mean,
about
shit,
this.
dude. Yeah, we could talk about this movie forever, and we're gonna jump back into it after we get back. But
I'm ready to get it over with.
All right, Prom Night. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 coming right up.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Chad, thoughts of Prom Night 2?
I'm so happy that we're through with Prom Night.
You don't want to watch 3 and 4? Apparently 3, Mary Lou comes back, but this movie ends with her already being there. Like, that's what I don't like about these kinds of sequels. Okay, what happens next? Does Mary Lou just take over the world? Does she kill these two? There's so much more information about Mary Lou after this that we're not going to get.
No good kills either.
Are you kidding me?
Other than the electrocution.
Are you kidding me?
The electrocution.
Are you kidding me? No good kills? Let's start with the first kill. The goth girl. The Catholic chick's got a goth friend, which I think is pretty fucking amazing. But she puts on the cape, and then Mary Lou's spirit like drags her across the room into one of those like paper chopping things.
Yeah.
And you think she's gonna decapitate her, kill her that way, but then like at the last second, after she sat underneath it guillotine style, she's like, "No, let's go hanging instead."
Yeah.
Fucking hangs her, which, like you said, plays on like the whole suicide thing because she was pregnant. Right? Okay. So let's dive into that. Let's branch off from the kills for a second and talk about this goth girl fucking panic crying on the floor in the bathroom. I really like this guy.
Awful.
And then he didn't call me back. And then we're like, oh my God, she's so fucking trying to sell this in this kind of movie. Like really going. And we're making fun of the fact that she's crying over this dude not calling her back. And then she's like, and then he left me with something to remember him by.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant. So that plays on the possible suicide. But how do you explain then throwing her out the fucking window?
Or even the whole, guillotine.
The guillotine would have been fucking perfect.
Oh yeah,
dude.
just ended
Would've been
right there.
So fucking cool.
Great. I mean, they didn't even have to prolong it. They just put her under there, chop her head off.
This movie
it would have been perfect.
There's your connection to the first one with a really sick decapitation scene.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it.
Nope.
And then the second death I really liked. No, that was the second death is Mary Lou as Vicky stabbing the priest in the mouth. I would say that's when the tides of the movie turned for me.
For you.
It seemed like it took forever for her to get possessed by Mary Lou. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It was right fucking there. And then it just took an hour of the hour and 37-minute long movie for her to fucking transform into Mary Lou.
Had a decent ending.
We'll get back to the ending in the next second. The third death is her hot friend that she chased around the locker room.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that scene. Mary Lou, Vicky goes into the shower to make up to her friend who they were having a little spat with. And she kissed her on the head and the nose, and then they're laughing, and then she's kissing her a bunch. This girl doesn't know she's possessed by a spirit who wants to kill people, but yet she's running away from her. All she wants to do is kiss you.
In a panic.
In a panic. To where she hides inside a locker.
Dumbest decision.
And all these lockers, lock, 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 no lock, 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 lock. How do we not know where you are?
Yeah.
And then Mary Lou fucking crushes
That's right.
that locker.
That's right.
And pork and beans spill out to indicate that she was crushed to pieces.
Yeah.
That was a fucking cool death scene.
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like ghosts just have the ability to turn on lights on and off and push shit over. They don't have telekinetic abilities. I don't know, at this point, who doesn't want to fucking die if you're going to come back as a spirit who can flip tables or like sense this guy changing the prom votes through the force or something. Did you see that? Like how she like tilted her head and knew what was going on? And then the next death scene is when she grabs onto the Ethernet cable and like electrocutes this dude in another room. That was the scene that you were talking about.
Yeah,
that you said
which
that you
is
really
pretty
liked.
good.
That was fucking awesome too. And then the rich mean girl gets impaled, but that's not as satisfying because it was kind of like she died by accident. Like when Mary Lou's destroying the cafeteria.
Yeah, you know, I liked that too. I like that too.
Where I like that she was killed because she was a dick.
The kills are probably the only good thing about this.
Yeah, totally.
The similarities between this and the first lie within them dragging scenes out.
No explanation of the scenes.
The dialogue being just as shitty as ever before.
Classic 80s, though. Classic 80s dialogue.
Yeah.
Michael Ironside is in this movie, and it's weird seeing him like this like weird principal when all I know is fucking Total Recall and Starship Troopers. You want to live forever? Isn't he in like Iron Eagle too? Or like, no, he's Viper in fucking Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
How did he land this character?
Yeah.
He was top billed too. So like clearly he was established, and then why would he sign up? Oh, I really like this guy. He's great. Shoots this woman without thinking. Yeah, what if... Oh, yeah, okay, that... Oh, my God. Mary Lou. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Do you like it more or better, or more or worse than the first one?
I think I like... honestly, that's tough. I might like the first one better.
This one was more thrilling. But the first one might be better in the sense that the supernatural aspect doesn't really work for me anymore like I thought it was going to, especially after seeing the first one and knowing that the first one was a dude killing these people with shards of glass. He also had a reason to kill these fucking people. I mean, she had a reason to kill them because they're standing in their way of her becoming the prom queen. But I definitely like the first one more than this one. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the first one is moving up a notch where I originally put it. This is just meeting its brother.
Full frontal nudity
for
this one
for a long time. Yeah. It wasn't like a quick flash. It was like, we want you guys to absorb this scene, take it in.
Yeah,
and they just sat there forever. Yeah, I didn't write much notes down about this movie because I really just didn't give a shit about anything that was going on.
You know, the one movie I remember from when I was younger that contained a scene of nudity that I continuously checked out from the video store was Bloody Birthday.
Bloody Birthday?
Bloody Birthday.
I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of birthday, for my birthday, I want to do Happy Death Day to You.
Okay. When's your birthday again?
Next month.
June.
Mm-hmm. Prom Night 2, man. We had way more energy for the first prom. And Prom Night 2, we're just like, I don't give a fuck.
And I knew this was going to happen.
I did too.
When I watched the first one, I knew immediately we have so much we could say about this one, and I guarantee the sequel is not going to be that way, even though it was fast. It was better paced.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2 was better paced.
Than the first.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that's not.
This just doesn't catch you and just don't care.
Yeah.
How about the fact that everyone at that prom in 1957 was like 30 years old?
Right. Well,
like the kids portraying teenagers.
Exactly. Well, you know what? That is the one thing that this one got right. The first one, all the high schoolers looked like they were in their early 30s. And in this one, they actually do resemble teenagers.
Yeah. How about this one with the Carrie religious type mother who was so oppressive to the daughter?
Yeah. Yeah. She was a bitch.
It's like all the prom movies are just pulling from other good horror movies, and then they're just like, we're gonna use this in ours. I really like this. Let's put this in our movie. That's a great concept.
Yeah, completely different movies.
Very different movies. One being a slasher, one being supernatural, and they kind of go supernatural for 3 and 4 still.
And what's hilarious, I mean, it couldn't be for any other reason than Jamie Lee Curtis became a little bit bigger than what she was after Prom Night came out for other reasons. So when they made this movie, they're like, well, since Jamie Lee Curtis was in the first one, maybe we can just use Prom Night 2
Oh, there
as the
you go.
subtitle
To attract people.
To attract people, because there was no need for it. There's no need to call it Prom Night 2.
I mean, the only reason why you do is because of the attraction for the original.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, this is on Prom Night as well. Well, there's other movies that happen on prom and they're not called Prom Night.
Right.
50. It's just like, it's like when you make porn sequels.
Prom Night.
Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Hello, Mary Lou.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
I mean, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty
Anytime I get up and go to the kitchen to eyeball snacks 5 different times.
You're just so fucking bored. It's a good thing you don't smoke in your house.
Yeah.
Because you probably would have gone through a half a pack of cigarettes with this movie.
Possibly.
Well, I'll just jump into IMDb and we won't really get into Prom Night Part 2 that much other than it just simply sucked. It wasn't as good as I remembered watching it as a kid on TBS. I think I was like probably 10 or 11. It might have been like when I was still living in Arizona. That's how long ago I'd watched it. So I went into it with those like childlike eyes still. Like, this is good. Yeah, have you seen this movie?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chad. I took Pirates away from you. You wanted to do Pirates.
We were going to do Pirates.
We were going to do Pirates
the
for
whole
Johnny Depp.
thing.
I mean, we're still going to do it, but like I wanted to do this sooner because like you posted a picture of your daughter going off to prom and I'm like, you know what? Let's do prom. It's prom season. I was really hoping I'd have a story from you about prom, but apparently you were cooler than I was in high school and didn't care about it as much as I did.
That.
I mean, I always saw like this kind of shit, prom type of shit, and it's like I put so much pressure on myself. Like you have to go to these things because you might see someone kill somebody. Never happens. Never happened. I was lied to by the movies. Yeah, how about Vicky getting shot by the principal, and then fucking Mary Lou rips through her fucking body.
Yeah.
And then she's chasing Craig, Vicky's boyfriend, and she fucking tricks him thinking he's Vicky, and he doesn't question the fact that she had another person come out of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's
that
the
didn't make any
hole?
sense.
Where's the bullet wound? He just accepts that it's her. Like, oh, it's over.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Like, who writes these things? Yeah, that's good. I hope they don't try to question that. Doctor Strange and the Steam.
How many times did we get the shot of the stairs and that door and the light behind? It was like 5 different times.
In the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking dank basement to keep all your drama gear. Like, nobody's going to want to go there. Will you go get me the Holy Grail for King Arthur?
Yeah.
I ain't fucking going down there.
She grabs that tiara and the chest closes. Yeah.
So stupid.
Dumb.
So fucking stupid. I looked at my phone way more than I should have during this movie. I mean, if I was alone, I would have paused it.
Or not as much as you should have.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it.
The beginning was so gripping of the 1957 prom. Like I said to you, like, I'm a little bit more involved in this than I am the first one. Like, this is really good. I mean, maybe if they didn't jump through such like time and maybe kept the story going of 57, like going through like the tragedy of Mary Lou dying and this guy getting redemption. Like, why did this guy who's fucking drinking and fornicating all of a sudden become a Catholic priest I mean, I guess maybe witnessing this chick you're fucking getting burnt alive will change your life. But I kind of want to know a little bit more. Like, that's what art is. Not just fucking throwing images on a film reel and being like, that's good, right?
It's kind of what I do.
I mean, that's kind of what this movie was, though. That's good, okay? That's good enough. I want to know what the director's cut's like. Because if the person who wrote this gave a shit, there's got to be scenes that they cut out. I mean, especially with the way things were edited. I mean, granted, it's not a phone cord following to a phone editing chop, but still better.
I mean, still, at no point during this movie would I have considered it really good.
No,
it was pretty bad.
Are you right? Guess what the IMDb average star rating is?
3.5.
5.7. That's over half mark.
Wow.
Like, that's a high fucking rating, and Rotten Tomatoes is like 33%. So, I mean, that's like way higher than I would have assumed.
Once again, Weekend at Bernie's 2, 10%.
Yeah, and Weekend at Bernie's 2 is way fucking better than this. Way fucking better. So much fucking better. All right, here's the 1-star reviews for IMDb. Or no, maybe we should do the 10 stars because we just did not like this movie so much. And let's see. 10 out of 10 from 1999.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bad? No way. Great movie. See it. This movie has far more better acting, horror, direction, humor, and even better music than its 3 other movies. Mary Lou is a snotty prom queen who dies in a fire in 1957. She returns 30 years later to get her crown, possessing the body of a nice girl, Vicky. So now, Vicky sets out to get the crown and nothing will stand in her way. Good acting, especially by Wendy Lyons as Vicky and Lisa Schrage as Mary Lou. If you like good horror movies like I do, rent this one. You won't be sorry. Recommends. He was really hoping to get like that on the back of the DVD box. That's how passionately that was written.
I'm speechless.
You're speechless? I'm speechless that someone likes it that much.
Yeah.
Humor, direction, horror. So I was reading this part. Is Mary Lou is a snotty prom, and I didn't like really read prom, and is a snotty porn. Mary Lou is a snotty porn. I wouldn't watch that for a fucking minute. It's just a porn of someone who's sick, and they're just like, it's my favorite kind.
What was her last name?
Mary Lou Maloney.
Maloney.
Take Mary Lou to the prom. This is from 2021. An exciting mix of Carrie, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Exorcist with a dash of David Lynch to give it an extra weird flavor.
Fuck you.
The visuals are creepy, the humor is smart, and all the performances are on point. One of the best 80s horror films out there. Now, I don't think anyone's performance was on point. I mean, if the point was to be fucking shitty.
No, if anything, Lou in the first one trumps all of them.
Fucking Mary Lou was awesome, dude. Mary Lou was, I think she was the best actor in this whole fucking movie. Actress in this movie. Yeah. She was awesome. Where the fuck was the humor? Is it Mary Lou, the things that she say as if she were Freddy Krueger, but just fell short?
You know, and actually that dash of David Lynch that he mentioned.
Yeah, where do you see?
I suppose you could see that in Mary Lou herself.
The character?
Yeah.
The revenge kind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to look at it from different eyes. Maybe you need to look at it from this person's eyes.
No.
Maybe?
No.
Maybe no? Okay.
No.
All right.
We're done. We're done with prom night after this.
All right, here's the very last one.
Never will we do prom night 3. Never will we do prom night 4.
And when they come out with 5, we won't do that one.
I would say we would do the remake because apparently they made one a few years ago.
Yeah, there's a prom night remake.
But I don't even want to do that.
All right, here's the last one.
Go.
One of my favorites, and it's from 2020, I've loved this movie since it scared me as a kid in 1987. So underrated. It's the perfect blend, like a combination of Carrie and Nightmare on Elm Street. Fucking person's just stealing other people's words. Awesome cast. The locker kill is the best. Definitely recommend. It needs a Blu-ray release.
As odd as it sounds, even though I think this is a shitty movie, his when he said that it's a mix of Carrie and Nightmare on Elm Street, I do see that.
I do too.
I do
see that. The basements, the
just the supernatural
religious mother, the
aspect.
supernatural, total Carrie.
Yeah.
That person who said The Exorcist, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
The only connection this movie has to The Exorcist is Josh, who is young Nick from the first one, by the way, said, your mother sews socks in hell. So they showed so much nudity that they couldn't say sucks cock.
It is weird.
And you know what's even funnier is he got his dick sucked right before he got killed, too.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom. There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Present.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Email us movie suggestions or anything silly, funny. If you want to say hi, email us at sequilibriumpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Sequilibrium Podcast. What else you got?
Hello, Mary Lou.
See you later, alligator.